Hello and welcome. This is Work Online Dad with your NFL predictions for Week 1, September 9th, 2012. And Week 1 already started, so we got a little late start on our video this week, but the Cowboys beat the Giants 24-17. And the first game we're going to look at is the Miami at Houston game. I am a Miami Dolphin fan, unless the team goes away, but I've been a Miami fan since I was young, and unfortunately, this year I don't think they're going to do so hot. With that said, let's go ahead and look at the first game, Miami at Houston. Now, this game has the potential to get very nasty for the Fins. Of course, everyone knows they're starting their rookie quarterback, Ryan Tannehill, against one of the toughest pass-rushing defenses in the league. If the Dolphins are playing catch-up, which I expect they will, the pressure is going to mount on the young quarterback. And I hope he can withstand the punishment he'll take. Matt Schaub is very good at controlling the game for the Texans. Though he has fought a foot injury last year, he's back and looks good. And that means Andre Johnson may get more balls thrown to him when he gets open, and he does get open a whole lot. Not to mention they just happen to have a running back named Arian Foster and Ben Tate. I think Miami's going to be hard knocked in the first game of the season. My predictions: Houston's going to score 33 points against Miami's 10. And the spread right now is Houston by -11, which sounds like a good bet. Next game is the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Well, it looks like the Jets fans have Tebow fever. Even though he looked terrible in the preseason, he has that wildcat look in the Jets offense. And because Tony Sparano, knowing well how the wildcat works, but that's not going to win games for Rex Ryan. And Rex Ryan knows it. Defense is what wins games. And a Jets victory is going to be probably because of the defense and the quarterback's not making any mistakes. Mark Sanchez is 50 million times better than Tebow as a quarterback in the NFL. However, the Jets got Tebow, so they want to use him. The Bills have pumped up the defense this year and could hold the Jets' offense to fewer points again this year. Ryan Fitzpatrick will have great targets in Stevie Johnson, but must be against the machine Revis. This game will be a defensive struggle. My prediction is the Jets 13 and the Buffalo Bills 10, and the spread is -3. Next game we're going to talk about is the New England Patriots at the Tennessee Titans. New England still is the best team in the NFC East. This game will probably be a blowout. The Patriots will toy with Jake Locker, quarterback for the Titans, and Tom Brady will throw for over 300 yards and have probably 3 TDs. But don't forget, Tennessee has Chris Johnson, and he'll get his 100 yards and might even break off for a few TDs, and that's going to make it close. I predict a high-scoring affair with New England scoring 35, Tennessee scoring 24, and the spread is -6 for New England. The next game is Philadelphia Eagles at the Cleveland Browns. This is another year that everyone thinks the Eagles are the best team in football. Michael Vick is back. Andy Reid is in hot seat again. But I expect the Eagles to lay it on the Browns in another blowout. As the Eagles begin another year of high expectations, they have to be wondering, will Michael Vick be around for the full season, or is he going to get injured? The Cleveland Browns are pinning their hopes on a rookie quarterback, and, they do have Trent Richardson, and Brandon Whedon. But a 32-year-old Vic will probably be the key factor in this game. Prediction, Eagles 31, Browns 10, and the spread is -9 for the Eagles. Next game is Pittsburgh at Denver. Pittsburgh. Denver has Peyton Manning in Mile High, sold out, expecting the future Hall of Famer to deliver. He will deliver. Expect a great game out of him, but you got to remember, Pittsburgh has this very good defense, and Big Ben is a very good quarterback. He does have his favorite receiver, Mike Wallace, back, and this is going to be close, but I do think because Denver's at home, they're going to squeak out a win. My prediction is Denver 21, Pittsburgh 20, and the spread is small, -1. Next game is Baltimore at Cincinnati. This game will be rough and hard as both teams will show off their big D. The young and talented Bengals can keep up with the mighty Ravens. They cannot keep up with the mighty Ravens. But I have to go with the Ravens because the Ravens are very good. They have a talented receivers and talented running backs. Even though Cincinnati does have Andy Dalton and A.J. Green, the Ravens do have a pretty darn good defense to stop that. It's going to be low scoring. Ravens games in that division are usually low scoring. Both teams are pretty solid. Baltimore 17, Cincinnati 10. The spread, Baltimore -6. Next game is Jacksonville. Jacksonville at Minnesota. This game is a toss-up. And it really depends on if the star running back Adrian Peterson or Maurice Jones-Drew play. Chances are they're not going to play. I do think that this will be a defensive struggle and a comedy of errors. But I have to go with the Minnesota Vikings at home against the Jags. 14-10, spread -3.5. Next game is the Colts versus the Bears. The Bears, the preseason gave us a good look at Mr. Andrew Luck. And this was he was the first overall pick in the draft, and he is looking like another Peyton Manning. But you'll never know until the regular season starts. The Bears' offense got better because of the acquisition of Brendan Marshall. Jay Cutler loves Brendan Marshall, and Marshall loves Cutler's throwing to him. And, of course, Chicago has their defense with Big Brian Urlacher. And will he be his old self? Now, this game is going to be closer than a lot of people think. I am going with Chicago, but the Colts are going to beat the spread. Next game is Atlanta at Kansas City. And Atlanta has Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Roddy White. Need I say more? Kansas City is hurting. They got a lot of injuries in their defense for the preseason and doesn't look good for the Chiefs. My prediction is Atlanta 35 and a blowout against Kansas City's 10. Oakland at San Diego. I believe San Diego's at Oakland. So I got that a little reversed. But San Diego has Rivers and Oakland has Darren McFadden back, with Carson Palmer trying to prove he belongs in this league. The game is always a great rivalry game. In the old days, it was always very rough. The Raiders and the Chargers game, you can expect a couple fights or two. Nowadays, it's a little different, but still, the Raiders are the Raiders. The Chargers are the high-scoring Chargers. My prediction was Oakland 27, San Diego 24 with the spread. Oakland's going to win. Washington at New Orleans. Well, the Saints had a lot of problems this offseason, but they still are a very talented team. Drew Brees is probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he's been into the playoffs the last 4 years. I expect the Saints to make the playoffs again this year. The Redskins did acquire Robert Griffin, the rookie quarterback. For me, for rookie quarterbacks, I have to sit back and watch because there's been a lot of hype over the years about rookie quarterbacks, and there might be a handful that are any good. So we'll see. My prediction in this game, the Saints are going to win 28-14. St. Louis at Detroit. Detroit Rock City. Detroit has a very good team. They are going to shred the Rams because they have Megatron. Calvin Johnson, what a beast. Prediction, Detroit 35, Rams 14. The spread, -9. They'll easily cover that spread. Next game, Frisco at Green Bay. This game is a matchup. This is like the playoff game of the preseason, or playoff game of the end of the year last year. And this game, for the first game, this is a great matchup. Probably the best matchup of the week, maybe of the year. But anyway, Green Bay and Frisco. Frisco has one of the best defenses, and Green Bay has one of the best offensives in the league, and team, for that matter. Frisco acquired Randy Moss. I don't know if that's good or bad. Randy Moss proves that he can be great sometimes, but sometimes he is I don't know what you call him. Just loses his focus, I guess. If Randy Moss can stay focused, maybe he'll be great again. Who knows? But anyway, you got two of the best superpowers in the league matched up against each other. I'm going with Green Bay at home at Lambeau. 24-17 covers the spread. Carolina, Tampa Bay, Cam Newton. Great quarterback. Much hype, but can he prove he's a great quarterback this year? Sophomores always seems to be a jinx, and it plagues many phenoms. The Bucs have come a long way with picking up Vincent Jackson and running back Doug Martin. Let's see if that defense can get going like we know Tampa used to have. I predict the Bucs will win this game. It's going to be close. Maybe an overtime game. Tampa Bay 30, Carolina 27. Tampa's going to cover the spread. And finally, Seattle at Arizona. The two teams are really hurting for talent. This is a season opener, so they get to play each other. Arizona needs a quarterback to throw to the Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald, future Hall of Famer. Anyone who can throw the ball close to Larry Fitzgerald, he can catch it. Seahawks have rookie Russell Williams. He was impressive in the preseason, but can Pete Carroll prevent him from making all the rookie mistakes? We'll see. I'm going to pick Seattle in a close one, 17-14. And that's my picks for this week, the first week. Let's see how well I do, and I'll give a recap probably on Tuesday. Talk to you later. Thank you.